If you just bought yourself a Cricut Joy 2 or you're planning to buy one, then this video is for you. In this video, I'm going to show you what comes with the essential bundle and how to set up your Cricut machine with your device and how you can use it. So let's get started.
So this is the Cricut Joy Essential Bundle, and I'm really excited because inside you don't just get the machine, you also get a few sample materials and more useful tools to help you get started. We'll have a closer look at those materials a little later because I want to show you exactly what you can actually make with them. The first thing you'll find is this little card with a QR code. If you're setting up your machine for the first time, you can scan this to download the Cricut Design Space, which is the software or app you'll use to create and send your projects to your machine. You can use it on compatible mobile devices or computer, so you can choose the device that works best for you. You'll also find the usual user guide and warranty information. I would definitely recommend keeping these somewhere safe, especially your warranty information. Now, this was actually one of my favorite things about getting the essential bundle, the kit of essential tools and accessories. First, we have the card mat. This is what you'll use with the Cricut insert cards to make quick and easy cards. We also get a light grip mat. This is the mat you'll use for lighter materials. You get the measuring tape for measuring projects or materials. You get the scraper, smoothing materials and cleaning mats. You get the weeding tool. This is for removing the small unwanted pieces of the cutting. You get your spatula, lifting the delicate cuts from the mat. Then you get your pen for drawing instead of cutting. You get a scoring tool, so to create fold lines. You get your trimmer or your guillotine to trim materials to size. Then we have the cable. I see that there's also plugs that you can connect with the adapter, 2 2-point plugs and 1 3-point plug. So basically you just connect it with the adapter. And finally, the star of the show, the Cricut Joy 2 itself. And we can just take a moment because this machine is honestly so cute. When I first saw it, it looked a little strange to me because there isn't a traditional lid that closes like some of the other Cricut machines. But that's just a part of the design of this little machine. And inside we have the fine point blade. If you're familiar with other machines, you might notice that this one looks a little different. Okay, so now let's switch her on. At the back of your machine, you'll find the connection for the power cable. Once you've connected everything and switch it on, you'll see the light come on. When your machine is ready, you'll see the status light come on. If you see a different color or something doesn't seem right, check the message in the Cricut Design Space or the troubleshooting information for your machine. Now let's connect the Cricut Joy 2 to a device. I'm using my iPad today and I already have the Cricut Design Space app installed. But if this is your first Cricut, you can use the QR code we found earlier to download the app. The first thing I need to make sure is that my Bluetooth is switched on. Now my iPad and Cricut Joy 2 will communicate with each other. My app was previously connected to my Cricut Joy Xtra, so I'm going to tap on the machine icon, scroll through the available machines and select my Cricut Joy 2. Each machine has its own identification code, so make sure you're choosing the correct one. Once I've selected it, I'm simply going to connect and start the setup process. I'll agree to the Cricut terms, activate my machine, and then Design Space will check whether the firmware needs to be updated. The update can take a few moments, so just be patient and don't disconnect your machine while it's happening. Once you see the confirmation that everything is updated, you can continue with the setup. Design Space is now asking me to do a test cut. I will be honest, I normally skip this part, but because we're setting up this machine together, we're going to do it today. But before we do the test cut, let's have a closer look at the materials that came with the essential bundle, because honestly, this is where the possibilities start. First, we have the practice sheet. This is the practice sheet material that we'll use for our first test cut. Then we have the insert cards. These are the Cricut insert cards, which are designed to be used with the card mat to create cards. Then you get your smart vinyl. We also have smart vinyl. The word smart means you can load it directly into a compatible machine without placing it onto a cutting mat first. Then we have smart iron-on vinyl, which also works without the mat. The difference is that iron-on is designed to be applied to things like fabric using heat. With regular adhesive vinyl, the case like smart vinyl, you would usually use transfer tape to make your design onto a surface. With iron-on, use heat to apply the design. Then you get printable vinyl, which you can use with a compatible printer and your Cricut to create printable projects. Then you get cardstock. We have some cardstock which you can use for so many paper projects. Okay, now let's actually see this little machine in action. I'm placing the practice sheet into the machine, and Design Space will guide me through the process. The first thing that I notice is how quiet this little machine is, and the cut is also really quick. Once it's finished, I'll click unload. I was a little impatient here and I used my fingers, but ideally you would use your weeding tool to remove those little pieces.
In my next video, I'm going to show you how to use the materials that came with the essential bundle and how you can use it. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and also click on that notification button so that you will be notified when I upload a new video.